Hey guys, we're going to review the off-market properties posted on various Facebook groups by wholesalers right now. So bear with me, I'm starting the live stream on Instagram as well. Instagram is always a little fussy. Give me 1 second, let me find my table. All right, let's start by, so the goal of my review is there are so many properties being posted by wholesalers every day, hard to keep track of them. So I started to keep a table where I collect all the data that the wholesalers post into one table and organize it a little bit. And also I rank the areas in which the properties are located by whether or not the area is fast moving, kind of average moving, or slow moving. Because if you do not have very deep pockets, and if it's your, especially if it's your first flip, try to focus on those properties that are in fast moving areas. So this way you have, even if you screw up a little bit or you go over your rehab budget a little bit, you still should be able to make a profit. So knowing that the area that you're working in is a fast-moving area with not a lot of competition is critical for your analysis of whether or not you should even start the project, in my opinion. Okay, let's not talk too much. Let's jump right into the review of the properties. So I have 3 tables because I have 3 assistants. So each assistant collects their own table. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. The important columns are in this review are the city, zip code, the floor plan, the asking price. Now ARV percentage, like let's just say that the percent of the ARV in this case is 47. That's pretty good, pretty healthy ARV, pretty healthy ratio. Definitely should be looked in. For the other most important one is the zip code MOI. Months of inventory is the measure of how quickly the properties are moving in that zip code and how much competition you have. The higher the number in this column, the less movement there is among the buyers and the sellers, the higher the competition and the harder it is for you to sell your flip if you flip the property in that zip code. So let's take a look. Without further ado, Fort Worth. We have a 3-2. The asking price is 220. Data is not provided. 3 months of inventory. If possible, I would say stay away from that one for now because anything below 3 is much more beneficial right now because it is a slow part of the year. Let's just look at the one that are in areas below 3. Okay, 279. This one is in Dallas, 322, 175. Unfortunately, the wholesaler did not provide any information. I cannot believe how lazy some wholesalers are when posting those properties. Okay, Gordonwell, we don't know much about it. So this is 3.24. Mesquite, because of the presence of the Solaris new construction community in there, Mesquite is really hard right now. People just don't want to purchase an existing home with a whole bunch of new construction homes being available, being posted by builders with, buy down of interest rate, etc. So my recommendation for right now, stay away from Mesquite. For the next maybe 2 years until Solaris is finished being built. Okay, this one we don't have information about the zip code. The wholesaler did not post the zip code. And guys, if you're wholesalers, why in the world would you not post the zip code? What's wrong with you? Why do we have to keep requesting that information from so many wholesalers? Okay, another Mesquite 3.2. Okay, Fort Worth. Let's take a look at this one. This is another Fort Worth, 322, 220. Not enough information once again. This is a pretty good months of inventory. It means that the properties are moving pretty fast. So this one is in Irving. It's a 160. And the ARV supposedly never believed the ARV that the wholesaler is giving you, but at the very least, the wholesaler is claiming that it's 335, which means that right now this price is about 47% of the ARV, leaving you pretty good spread for the rehab budget. I would say that this one is definitely an interesting one. Let me see if I can start highlighting them. This could be interesting. Okay, 281, just below three months of inventory, Dallas, 4250. So right now, the asking price is about 60% of the total after repair value, leaving you with just about 10% or $30,000 based on this ARV to do your rehab. Depending on the amount of rehab that this property needs, this could either be a good deal or a not so good deal or a really bad deal. But for right now, without further information, this could be interesting. Okay, let's put the highlight on that one. Okay, another couple of good zip codes. This one is in Denton, 21. 280 being a ARV for a 2-1 in Denton. I would really be surprised if this ARV is accurate for Denton for a 2-1. It's almost $300,000 for a 2-1. I'm extremely skeptical. Okay, Mesquite, another Mesquite deal. Now, this zip code seems to be in Mesquite, seems to be moving just a tad faster, 2.5 months of inventory, but they don't have a lot of information, so I'll just leave it alone. Okay, Fort Horse 2.4, nothing is known about the property. All right, let's take a look at this one. Wichita Falls. I actually don't know much about Wichita Falls, but in case you guys are investing there, it said that the ARV is 550K. This could be an interesting deal if the rents are supporting this. If the rents will be positive for this one, it could be an interesting deal. I don't know where Wichita Falls are. Okay, we have some 2-1s again. Now, what I would like for you to take a kind of a light note of is how many ones we have. If you are a very experienced flipper or a very experienced landlord, then go ahead and do any floor plan that you want. But if it's your first, if you're just starting out and you don't really understand yet what properties you should put your money on or which you're not, if you don't have deep pockets, if you have to spend your last penny to do a flip, do not touch any property with less than 2 bedrooms. Just do not touch it. Do not touch it. There is a reason why so many of those properties are ending up being sold offline, off market to investors and not on a regular market. Simply because just earlier today, I was doing another review and I was looking at rent to own and seller finance properties that are posted on MLS. And what struck me when I was looking at those properties is the overrepresentation of 3-1s and 4-1s as floor plans in properties that sat in the market for a really long time. Many of them have almost a year of days on market, and then they start to be offered with rent to own or seller financing. And that tells me that the current market, the actual buyers who are buying a flipped product, they're just not responding to 3-1 because that is not a floor plan that they were thinking about when they decided to buy a house. When people want to buy a house, it might be okay to rent a 3-1, But when you try to buy a house, you actually want, if you're going to spend money anyway, people just want to go ahead and get a house that they don't need to grow out of within a couple of years. They want to stay in that house for like 10, 15 years and see their kids and grandkids in there. And 3-1 just doesn't accommodate that. So for that reason, 3-1s, 4-1s, no matter how good the deal is, I would say, unless you're a super experienced flipper, do not touch it. For that reason, none of the ones will be considered for me as a good deal no matter what. Okay. So that seems to be this for this one. Let's go to see what Sam found for us, because each one of my assistants tend to get slightly different slice of a market by going to different parts of the internet to collect data. Alrighty, let's see. We have a Dallas. It's probably a Dallas zip code. 32. This could be interesting. 3-2 of asking for 165. The rehab supposedly only 35, and the resale value is 250. And it all comes out to less than 66% of the ARV. Never, ever, ever believe the rehab value or the ARV value that the wholesaler claims. However, if those are at least somewhat accurate, then this could potentially be an interesting deal worth reviewing. Okay, Prestonwood 4-3, 580. And then the rehab, the after repair value is 880. So as of right now, with just this price alone, the price of the property is at 65.5% of the ARV, which means that for you to fit into a 70% ARV minus repairs formula, you would need to spend no more than 4% of $800,000 for rehab. That almost never happens. So this would probably need to go closer to 60% for you to do that. But the days on the months of inventory are good. Months of inventory for this zip code are pretty bad. 4.2 means you'll probably hold this property for close to 3 to 4 months and do multiple price reductions before you can sell. I do not recommend messing with that zip code. Okay, Garland's 3-2. If to believe, and we never believe, but if we are to believe that the ARV and the rehab calculations are interesting, are at least somewhat close to the truth, then this could be another potential interesting deal. In fact, if they believe that there is only 30K repairs on this one, this could potentially be a good BRR scenario as well. 40. No, actually, let me pull up the cash flow. And my bad, I haven't properly prepared for this live stream, but it's okay. We're going to fix it in a second. Okay, I'm going to pull up the calculations for the best zip codes for BRRs. Bear with me. Okay, months of supply. Spark canceled. Because if you are into a BRR type of investing, then I have an additional calculation for you. Okay. Videos. Applications. Where are my computer stuck? Yeah, next time I need to be more prepared. My apologies. So what I'm looking for is my table of profitability for rent, because there are some zip codes in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that are better for BRRs than others. See, this is this one. Five months of inventory. Woo! Yes, this is 9.5 months of inventory. As I said, the only reason you would be buying this is because obviously with 9.5 months of inventory, the sale of this property is going to be a nightmare. Okay. 5% counting 20K as a rehab amount, you are at 75% of ARV. Now, depending on your tolerance level and how much money you actually want to make on your flip, that might still work for you, assuming that the ARV calculations and rehab calculations are accurate. This could be an interesting one if you're willing to break the 70% formula. Okay, rentals. I got it. So the best zip codes are, and we're going to search through them in a moment. Okay. Greenville, Waco, 8 months of inventory. This is what I'm talking about. Some parts of Dallas are like 9 months of inventory, 8 months of inventory. This is not a good area for a first time flip. Okay, this is land. Okay, 2.7. 3-2 Plano. Now this is interesting. This one in Plano, they did not specify the rehab amount. And without the rehab, they're already at 70% ARV. Assuming that this is accurate. So this would not work for a flipper unless the price was a little bit better, or there was no rehab whatsoever to do. But overall, that's an interesting one to see if the price can be negotiated down. And we're almost to the end of the table, so hold on. 1.8 months of inventory. This is pretty good. Okay, this one could be interesting. 215, 322. We don't have the rehab amount, but it is at 6.66% of ARB right now, allowing only maybe 6 to 10% for a rehab. Depending on the rehab estimates, this may or may not be a good deal. All right, and then maybe this is the last one that we'll look at, Garland. At least on this page, Garland. Again, no rehab estimates. It's a 4, 1.5. Unless you can create a second bathroom out of it, I do not know if 4, 1.5 is a good floor plan to be messing with during a slow market. Okay. Parker. Okay. Parker is a 3-1. No. Here. Okay, that's the end of this one. And then the last set is 2.16. Not enough data. 1.85. Now this could be interesting. 4.3. 4.3 is not a bad configuration. Without the any rehab, we are already within the price at almost 70% ARB, so that is bad. But if the rehab is no more than, just say, 3 to 5% of 350, which is almost never a case. When is rehab really is only like 10K, almost never. But nevertheless, there is a potential in this one to be a good flip if the price, initial price goes down, or if the rehab is almost non-existent or unneeded. Not a bad months in the market right here. It's a 3.3 in dollars. Okay, without the rehab, it's at 65% ARB, assuming that the ARB is accurate, which means that there is a little bit of room for improvement, but a little bit of room for rehab, although not a ton. For that reason, I would say that this could be, depending on the rehab amount, interesting. 6 months of inventory in Greenville. Okay, let's find some good ones in here. 2.5 Arlington, 322. Without even putting in any kind of rehab estimates, we're already almost at 70% ARV. Depending on the rehab amount or your ability to take less than expected from a flip, this could be a good deal. And the rest are all data, unfortunately. Those were the new ones. This is all for now. As far as off market, there are some interesting on market that I've seen in the last few days when I was poking around, but that would be for another video. And then finally, we were thinking about looking up properties in good zip codes. So the best zip codes for rentals would be this top 5. There is no easy way for me to look through it. Okay, I will make another video out of it. I'm not going to try to search for it right now. It will become too messy. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your kind attention. Stay hungry. Continue to look for off-market properties, and I'll do my best to see if, forgot to say, my name is Eleni Garrett, and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas. If you're looking for an off-market property for BRRR, for investing into buy and hold or investing into flips, let me know what you're looking for, what is your buy box, and chances are I probably have something in my table that could fit your fit your criteria. We can go see it. You can, and I can help you to arrange the loan if necessary, private money or hard money. I have both private money and hard money, friends. Right? Talk to you soon. Thank you.